Hi, hello, namaste. How are you, my dear viewers? I think all you are fine at home. Yes, so you are waiting for the classes when classes are going to start. Yes, am I right? Sure, it will be there. So today we are seeing about the lesson called Reproduction in Organisms. Okay, so hereafter you are getting my videos through the topics content related to your syllabus. Okay, so class 12 reproduction in organisms. Okay, so here the first content, the basics you want to know. What are the basics? In this lesson we are studying about sexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So what is sexual and sexual? Okay, this is very basic topic, and coming to the board point of view, the 2-mark questions, 3-mark questions, along with NEET point of view, the questions will be asked from this lesson. Okay, so surely you can score the mark. Clear? The first one is asexual reproduction. So what do you mean by asexual reproduction? Okay, so here I am going to give you the differences between the asexual and sexual. Okay, if the fusion of male and female gametes, that we are calling as a sexual reproduction. If one individual is dividing into two parts, that we are calling as a asexual. So the main difference is in asexual reproduction there is no fusion of gametes. In sexual reproduction there is a fusion of gametes. And coming to the asexual, single parent is involved. In sexual reproduction two parents are involved, that we are calling as a male and female. And the important thing you have to remember in asexual is, in asexual there is no variations. Okay, so why in asexual reproduction there is no variations? Why? So what happens here? As I said before, there is no fusion of male and female. Clear? The male and female, there is no fusion and resulting in the formation of the offspring. In asexual, a single individual is dividing, that we are calling as a parent. Single parent is dividing into two daughter cells. So why here there is no variation? So what do you mean by variations? Variations are nothing but changes. So there is no changes in asexual, changes or mutations. So that we are calling as a variation. So that is the thing you have to remember in asexual reproduction. Okay, so it occurs mostly in favorable or unfavorable condition related to the organisms. And coming to the sexual reproduction, in sexual reproduction there is a variation. So what do you mean by variation? That we are calling as a changes. So why in sexual reproduction variation is there? Why? Because two parents are going to mate. Okay, that we are calling as a sexual, and the one male or a female is giving rise to a character to the offspring. Clear? And in sexual reproduction we are talking about the meiotic division is occurring. Okay, meiotic division is called reductional division, which have a half number of chromosome will be given to the daughter cells. Okay, and in this topic we are talking about the asexual only. Clear? That is the main points you have to remember. So what? Once again the definition, there is no fusion of male and female gametes. Single parent is dividing into two daughter cells is called as asexual reproduction. What are the types of organisms takes place? So what are the, how many organisms are having this asexual reproduction? So if you take protistants like amoeba, paramecium and euglena, and next one some metazoans like scion, verticella and planaria. So these all types of organisms are having asexual reproduction. So what do you mean by coming to the vertebrates and invertebrates? So what are vertebrates and invertebrates? So those who are having spinal cord, they are called vertebrates. Invertebrates we are talking, they have no spinal cord. So that you have to see in animal kingdom. Okay, so coming to the types, what are the main types we have to discuss in the asexual? So in asexual reproduction there are the types like binary fission, fragmentation, regeneration, multiple fission. So these are the main types which is involved in the asexual reproduction. Clear? So now the first I am going to discuss in this video is, the first is fission. So what do you mean by fission? There is a difference between fission and fusion. Fission means division, fusion means combining, that we are calling as the main difference between fission and the fusion. So here we are not using the term binary fusion, binary fission. Binary fission is different from fusion. So here what is this? So in binary fission, examples like amoeba, the first one is amoeba, paramecium, euglena. Okay, some metazoans like planaria, scion or cycon, verticella. So these all are involved in asexual. Okay, the first one is fission. Fission is defined as the single parent is divided into two daughter cells. This is called as fission. It is very basic level. Okay, how the individual will divide into two daughter cells? Clear? The first mother cell will divide into two parts. The first important thing is nucleus is followed by cytoplasm. This is 1 mark question. In fission, so how the cell is divided? Okay, nucleus is followed by cytoplasm. You should not give answer cytoplasm divided by nucleus. No. Nucleus first divided, then cytoplasm. So that is called as fission. Here we are talking about. Understand? So how it is dividing? Example, amoeba you take. Amoeba is unicellular, which is having shape, irregular shape. It is very irregular shape. Okay, so here in amoeba, nucleus is there and cytoplasm. Okay, first nucleus will get constrictions and the next one is cytoplasm. So the first nucleus is divided, then cytoplasm, that we are calling as a fission. So in this fission we have three types: simple fission, transverse fission and longitudinal fission. So what do you mean by simple fission? Simple, it's very simple. Amoeba is divided into two daughter cells. Clear? Nucleus is followed by cytoplasm. Okay, a small constriction occurs in middle of the amoeba, then two daughter cells will be divided. So here you have to remember is example is amoeba. Simple fission example is amoeba. And here one more thing you have to remember is after the two daughter cells division, there is no identification of daughter cell and parent cell, that we are calling as the main thing you have to remember. So after separating of the daughter cells, you can't identify which is the parent and which is the daughter cell, because in asexual reproduction the daughter cells are exactly similar. Understand? That is called as simple fission. Next one is, what is transverse fission? Transverse, what do you mean by transverse? Like this, transverse division in the sense, example we can give paramecium. Okay, paramecium is having transverse mode of division, asexual. 1 mark, very important. The next we are talking about longitudinal division. Longitudinal means in this direction to the center, two halves. Okay, the individual, it will divide into the center into two halves, which we are calling as a longitudinal division. Example is euglena, that we are calling as a euglena is one example. So these are the three main important types of fissions, very important for competitive. The examples you have to remember. And coming to the planaria is also coming under like transverse fission. Okay, longitudinal fission, cycon also will come. So the main protestance example you have to remember. Okay, so this is about fission. Okay, next type of asexual reproduction we'll see in part B, because the video is continuously updated. So I'm giving the information about the next type of asexual reproduction in part B. Wait for the part B video. Thank you for watching.